So let's jump over to the flame top ceramic that goes on top of the stove. No one had done it. I want to do it for two reasons. One, ceramic is the best slow cooking vessel, better than cast iron, enamel, cast iron, any kind of metal, kind of bakeware. And also 70% of all cooking is done on top of the stove, so it makes sense you can increase your sales if you did. So he finally came up with flame top. Flame top, one of the great benefits of flame top is cast iron enamel after a certain point is really heavy, because most of the best sellers are the heavier, bigger quart sizes, 6 quart, 7 quart, 8 quart. You fill it full of chicken or meat and it gets really, really heavy. These are 30% lighter than cast iron enamel. And interestingly, I just found out, we did some independent testing, they stay hot longer than cast iron enamel. On average, after 20 minutes, this will be 10 degrees hotter. I spoke to a woman yesterday who said she made something in this dish and it was still warm 2 hours later. And the rule is, the slower it takes for something to heat up, the slower it takes to cool down. So actually it's a benefit in slow cooking for it to heat up slower, because it's, I call it, more forgiving. You know, I use these flame top pieces to make broccoli, so when I use metal, I always make my broccoli too mushy because it goes so fast, and I'm working on the other parts of the dish, and by the time I get to the broccoli, it looks like hell. So this, because it's slower, I always end up with crisper broccoli. Because of slow, even heat, if you're going to make a stew, your vegetables will retain their natural flavors, juices, their colors, their structure. It's just a real gentle, even heat. You see, it's got the, I call them flavor studs, but that's not correct. What do you call them? Dimples. It's a self-basting dimples. So the moisture comes in, gets caught on the dimples, and rains back on the food, so your food remains moist. You see there's feet on the bottom. The reason you have the feet on the bottom is if you're on the top of the stove, the flame is more concentrated, so the feet lets the heat circulate. These feet are also sanded, they're hand sanded, so it won't scratch your glass top. They will work on your glass top, you get enough contact.
It will work on the glass top?
Will work on a glass top. You can see that it's a black plate and there's a flame emblem on each one of these bottom pieces. So if it doesn't have the flame emblem, it can't be used on top of the flame. Not only can this be used on top of the flame, you could use this on your barbecue, you could use this on a...
Oh, the beans for the barbecue.
You could use it on a campfire. It can go in the microwave. It can go from freezer to... freezer to oven. It's the most versatile cookware that there is. This is completely impervious to thermal shock. Sometimes when I'm in a training and I have a stove there, I put this on the stove, I put the stove on high and leave it there for an hour, and then come back and pour freezing cold water on it, and it won't break. It'll never break because of thermal shock. A mechanical shock, I mean, it's reinforced. If you dropped it on the floor, it would break. So, you guys sell the round, the oval, and then you sell 3 niche pieces.
Right,
Yeah. So this stuff in a fondue makes great sense for a fondue because it becomes a one-pot fondue. Most of the times when you use ceramic, you have to use another pot to make your cheese, then you pour it into your ceramic dish. This one, you can start this on top of the stove and take it over to your burner. You could cheat and put this in your microwave and then put it in your burner. Remember we talked about it's a natural nonstick, so it's really easy to change, to clean. Most metal pots, if you make cheese fondue in it, it's impossible to clean, or chocolate. So it's a one-pot fondue. And you get that gentle, even heat that we were talking about. Rice pot, again, this is a true Japanese rice pot, modeled after an old ancient Japanese rice pot. Makes perfect rice. A lot of times it's very easy to burn the bottom of your rice because, again, you get the gentle, slower heat. You won't burn your rice. It's very easy to clean. And it comes with a nice little rice powder. And then finally the tagine. Tagine's very hot right now. It's very trendy. Tagine, and again, is a Moroccan slow cooking dish. They don't have very good qualities of meat over there. They eat a lot of goat. So you want to cook it for a long period of time so it's very moist, and they add a lot of spices. What I think is nice about this one, it's deeper than some of the other ones on the market, and it's wider. If you're going to do tagine, you want to do it for 4 or 6. This is good for 6. And of course, the cone shape, the moisture goes back down on top of it, so it's deep and wide, and it comes with a recipe. So that's the tagine. So that's the flame top.